Yo, yo, yo. What's good, YouTube? Happy Sunday. I was debating if I was going. It's been a while, so I always say that because it has, working man, dog, dog dad, martial artist, music. It's a lot. I told myself this year was going to be a lot of focus on myself. Um, and yeah, I was debating if I was gonna do this live. It's been on. I went through a doozy, y'all. And my thing is, it's like if I can use myself as an example, without exposing too much of my personal information. But whatever. I'm an artist, and I'm like, yo, if y'all can use me as an example, as for my men, my fellas, especially those that didn't have the father figure growing up like me. Um, if you can use me as an example to learn, then so be it. That's what I'm here for. Use me as an example. Uh, So yeah, let's get into it, man. Because I want to make some beats. I want to go spar later. Um, I'm thankful it's work is slowing down, the holidays and all of that. Try and balance it all. But man, your boy almost got caught out here, boy. Almost got caught up out here. Uh, I talk about women a lot in my songs. I love women. I really do. And no matter how many toxic women I meet or come across or date or, become lovers with, I still hold my stance with my love for women. And all of nobody is the same. All women aren't the same. All men aren't the same. All black people aren't the same. All white people aren't the same. All nothing. It's like we're all different. But it's getting ugly out here. And I definitely told myself, beginning of this year, I was wilding. I was doing all the nasty, nasty things and dating, going on many dates, being a thought. And it slowed down for sure these last few months. I just been focusing on myself, my money, because it's definitely cheaper to not go on multiple dates every month. Focusing on money, focusing on my health, focusing on my mental health, and my mastering my solitude is what I said I want to really accomplish this year. Mastering my solitude. It's something I struggle with. I get lonely, and when it's slow and I don't have work to do and I'm not in a creative mood, the demons come charging in. And yeah, those be those moments, those quiet moments where I don't have work and it's quiet and like I don't have nowhere to go or no, and that's when the demons strike and I start reaching back to old habits or just willing to accept anything, right? Those weak points. And but I said this year I'm gonna master my solitude, and I've been doing a great job. Pat myself on the damn back. I've been doing great, being by myself, not reaching out to toxic people, not dealing with toxic BS, out of fear and out of loneliness or whatever. I've been doing good, but during the holidays be tough. If you're anything like me and you're not so great with the family, you don't have a tight family, you don't have a big family, holidays be tough. Uh, and Thanksgiving, I'm just like, I'm gonna cook anyway. I always cook. Made some mac, made all my favorite things. I went in, ate some good food, and you know, the flesh is weak. I start reaching back to this one particular woman, been off and on with for a couple years. And ever since we met, it's just been hot, Aries sex. Just, yeah. Um, and during the holidays, it was just like we both kind of have similar situations where we don't have the tight family. And, I have a big heart and a weak flesh. It's funny. I was watching a Charleston White video and he says some shit like, "You tender dick niggas." And I was like, You tender dick niggas you love the women too much. You just a suck. You love to come. You love to come. You just a tender dick motherfucker. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, am I a tender dick nigga? I guess so. I guess I am a you know. I love sex. You know, it's you can't let it get you in trouble. You can't let it f your life up. You know, that's where the line is drawn for me. As much as I love it, I'm not an abuser of substance or pleasure or whatever. It's just like balance. I'm not one to sit here and be like, oh, I'm gonna fast and be celibate and blah, blah. Like, whatever. Do what you do. Do whatever helps. You know, I do definitely take breaks. I take breaks with everything. Weed, sex, all the pleasures, drinking, all the pleasures. I believe in balance. I believe in taking breaks. And yeah, I think when Charleston White said that, it just had me thinking, like, had me feeling like, you know, I just wish I had an uncle to tell me this, or some sort of father growing up to be like, you know, women are awesome. Yeah, it feels good to be loved, but you have to be really, really careful with who you have in your circle and who you deal with. So anyways, we rekindle. I've already blocked this chick. I blocked her. I completely like blocked her out of my life and got weak. And it's just like, you know what? I want to feel those crotches again. I just, you know, I want to know what it, I just, you know, was like, maybe things have changed. Maybe it won't be this toxic this time around. And I was wrong. Anytime I go against my gut, I regret it. And it's weird. I don't know. Sidebar, I just feel like, damn, like, am I the only YouTuber that like uses myself as an example and talks about my life story? Like, is this even good content? Does anybody get anything from this? Who knows? It might be more for me than y'all. But I unblocked her, invited her for Thanksgiving. It already started off like somewhat tumultuous because, you know, it was just back and forth, whatever. And this is one who stayed at my apartment before because freelancing in between jobs, good freaky sex, you know what I mean? And like, yeah, we've done a lot of fun stuff that I would like, even for in a relationship, you know, I'm just like, I guess there was a part of me that was just like, you know, this is ideally what I want. I want a partner that is sexually open. We live together. We are partners, but yeah, I want to be sexually open and be able to express myself and want a woman like that. And I've seen these previews with this person, but she just is not right for me. It's just, I want to say she's bipolar. And of course I ain't gonna say no names, but definitely giving bipolar vibes where it's like 1 minute loving, caring, cherishing the ground I walk on, the next minute just flip out and like blame me for everything and do things, literally push the buttons that I asked like to not push, the boundaries that I asked to not cross. It's like she would just literally go for that. And almost like, I'm like, yo, are you trying to make me mad? Are you trying to test my limits? So fast forward, within the past week, you know, another sob story. Oh, I need a place to stay. I'm in New York, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. And we both got dogs. It's like, my dog is happier when the other dog is here. It's just all these conflicting energies where like, it's good, but it's also terrible. So she's here. She hits me up and she's like, can I stay for one night? I'm like, is that all you need? She's like, all right, no, but if I could stay till Friday, that's it. I'm like, listen, you can stay till Friday. You're cramping my style. I don't want to live with nobody. Like, you're not about to force yourself onto me. Like, stop forcing yourself onto me. If I'm a man and I'm forcing onto a woman, you call it abuse. You could call it all sorts of things, you know? And like, when women do it to us, it's like, where are our rights? You know, it's like, all right, fine, stay till Friday. That's it. You got to leave after Friday. We're getting closer to the date. I'm not seeing her make no type of movements to get up out of here by Friday. Not communicating, not saying anything to me about it, just doing all the things to try and trick me into letting this person live with me. She's basically trying to move in and live with me without my approval. Like, you're just trying to force yourself into my life like this and claiming it to be love. Like, that's not love. So here comes Friday, and of course she's like, I just need to stay till Tuesday. And I'm just like, you got to get up out of here. Figure it out. You don't have any other people. Like, I can't be the only person putting all this pressure on me. I'm coming home stressed in my own apartment every single day. Like, and dealing with a person that does not care. Doesn't care about my stress, my depression, my own anxieties. It's just like all about you. And this is where the manipulation comes into play, where you're acting like you're all for me, but you're really not. You don't give a shit about me, you know? It's like you wouldn't. And it's like, okay, I get it. You're in a tough place. Work with me. Communicate. And this person would just lie about dumb shit on the regular. Just lies flying out her mouth. And then every day I was coming home just stressed out. She's just walking around depressed and ignoring me, literally ignoring me in my own apartment. I'm asking her questions about, all right, what's your plans? What do you need? What do you need help with? Whatever. And then there was one point where I'm like, all right, you need to pay for something. At this point, I'm like, I will pay whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I see why people just get prostitutes. He's like, you pay them to leave. I'm like, all right, you need a rental, you need to get a zip car, whatever. I'm sitting here recording, trying to work, and she comes in here and like, all right, you need my card, fine. I'm thinking I'm just paying for something real quick, not knowing that like it's storing my information into the app to where she could keep using my card. And I'm like, nah, I didn't mean to do that. Like, I thought I was just paying for something. She takes the card info, goes into the other room, and I'm like, let me just give her some space. Let me finish this song. And I go out there, and I'm like, yo, can you just take that out of your app so you don't use my debit card? This B was literally ignoring me when I'm asking her to take my debit card out of her app. Just ignoring me, sitting there rolling up weed, acting like the weed's more important than my sanity and my comfort. Man, it's like these glimpses of, oh, this is how domestic violence happens. This is how men lose, because I've never hit a woman in my life, and I always vowed to never be violent towards women, because, you know, it's like, not to say that I've straight up witnessed it as a child, but I've heard stories and I understand like what my mother went through with my father. And, you know, I always vowed to never be that, always vowed to never hit a woman. But then I realized, I'm like, oh, snap, like this is how it happens. Having someone like this who just is so disrespectful to you, just doesn't care about you, your feelings, your boundaries, what you're going through, just straight up will disrespect you and straight up will like completely discard anything you have to say. And women don't understand. It's like when you do toxic, disrespectful things to men, you put us in such a predicament, because if it's another man doing this to me, it's a very simple, are we going outside? Let's just shoot the fade, just shoot a fair one. Let's fight it out. You know, it's very simple, and it doesn't happen because most dudes don't want to take it there. So we understand this level of respect. If we're going to cross the boundary of respect, you better be prepared, and you more than likely will have something of an advantage against that other man, because no man is just sitting here disrespecting another man and ignoring them and doing some goofy shit like that and like not getting punched in the face. I can't punch this woman in the face, like but it's like those moments where I'm like, my blood is raging and I'm like, yo, you're really just ignoring me after I'm asking you to do something simple. It's like to the point where like it's just embarrassing for me. I'm like, my neighbors could hear us fighting every damn day at this point. I hate shit like that. I hate arguing. And I ended up having to like take the weed off the table, like, yo, stop what you're doing and like stop like respect me. Take this shit out your phone. She eventually does it. I literally had to like get her ass flown out of here. Like, I'm like, whatever you need, I don't even care if you pay me back. Here's a plane ticket. You have to leave. Get out of here. Literally had to keep asking. And she just kept pushing, like, if I could just stay if I could stay another week, if I could just stay, I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. And in my head, I'm like thinking of all these backup plans. I'm like, if you really try to stay here, am I going to have to call the cops? Am I going to have to, like, what chick do I know can beat this chick up for me? I'm like really getting angry every single day. And I hate getting angry. And even worse, I hate getting angry at women. And I say all of that to say, for my fellas, I take accountability. I know the chick was not right. I know she mistreated me in the past. So if she mistreated me in the past, she'll do it again. Fellas, we be knowing. And we could sit here and blame the woman and be like, oh, this chick is crazy. And, you know, the woman, but you're the one that accepted it. You're the one that got weak and decided to have this person in your cipher. You know, and even if you decide to be with a woman like that, decide to marry a woman like that, you know, the top might be great. The crotches might be phenomenal, but is it worth you risking your mental health, your sanity, and risking fights, arguments that lead to physical altercations, which, like, when that anxiety, that blood pressure is building, and when you start reacting physically and feeling yourself getting angry, you need to remove yourself from that situation completely, no matter how good anything is or how loving it may seem sometimes. It's your fault, my guys. You're the one that accepts this. And, like, you know, obviously there's certain situations where it's, you know, it takes two to tango, but you have to use discernment. You have to use your best judgment to not let people like that stay around you. You know, I'm the one who got weak, and knowing that this woman wasn't right, I let her back in my space. And accountability, I'm big on accountability. You know, I was more mad at myself for letting that happen and not seeing the signs, but just really being like, ooh, I just want another threesome. I want another blah, 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 blah. Like, yeah, don't accept toxic people into your space because you're putting yourself at danger. You know, one mistake this week, if I didn't have self-control during all these moments of disrespect, and if I didn't have self-control, I could have got locked up. I could have got, you know, I could have got hit with some shit that could have ruined the rest of my life. I'm already old. Like, I'm getting up there in age. Like, anything happens to me now, it's kaput. And one mistake because of loneliness, making bad decisions out of loneliness and weak flesh. I want to practice more discipline, even more discipline than I already have. I need to be more grounded. And yeah, I love rapping about pussy and women and all that shit is fun. And I live that life. I live what I rap about. Like, you know what I mean? But being more careful who I have around me, making sure that whoever my lover is, respect is like so crucial. It's so important that whoever you're dealing with, the moment you see a sign of disrespect, you got to get the fuck up out of there, bro. You got to get up out of there. Like, at a hint of disrespect, I'm not tolerating it. I don't care how bad you are. I don't care how good anything is. Because again, it never works out in the long run. You're gonna putting yourself in danger and doing things that I would regret. You know, I would, as much as she disrespected me, it's like, I don't wish any type of physical harm on this person, but damn, like, to disrespect somebody like me who's so loving and helpful, and like I try my best to like what a person when a person's in need. All right, fine. I have an apartment. I'm not gonna let you, be out in the cold or whatever. But at the cost of your own life, nah, it's not worth it. Not worth it, bro. Protect yourself. This is the advice I wish I had when I was younger. Have fun. Don't get me wrong. I mean, take time to have fun and enjoy this life. We all gonna end up in the pine box. You might as well enjoy this hellish life of this earth realm that we're in. You might as well enjoy it, but balance, because you can't enjoy it if your ass is locked up or your ass is facing charges or you have a toxic ass baby mother. And it definitely, we're gonna pray that like that won't happen with this one, especially because that's how it all starts. That's how it starts. It starts with like, ooh, this is toxic, we're fighting, and then we're smashing, and that energies of fighting and then taking it out in the sex, and then a baby is born, and then the baby is born, and the baby has to grow up around this toxic environment, or the separation of mommy taking the baby away from the father and fighting back and forth. And this is why I ain't got no kids to this day, man. Finding that right one that I could trust, that I'll trust with my life and my kid and our kid, and not like someone who's just trying to pop out a baby because the shit is cool. Like, I've seen too much of the outcomes of that too many times. So yeah, I'm thankful that her ass is out of my apartment. Wish her the best still, still wish her the best if she finds somebody that can put up with that. I'm not even a jealous type of dude. I'm so honest. I'm so upfront. I'm like, yo, you ain't got no other dude you was smashing that you could go stay with. You don't got no ex. You don't got, like, nobody loves you. Like, what is going on? Like, what are you doing? Like, why? I'm not sitting here the type to hide things from you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you straight up, and you could do the same. And there should be no reason to fight when there's so much honesty involved, But that's just my logic. That's my way of thinking. Yeah. Hopefully somebody gets something out of this, out of this story. Be mindful of your weak flesh. Think big picture, think the long run, and maintaining your sanity, because ain't no vagina worth it. There, I'm trying to curse less. There's nothing worth you risking your freedom. And yeah, back to the scheduled program. All right, y'all, I'm about to go make some beats, probably go live on Instagram if y'all watching this. And yeah, I still got more lives I want to do. It's about to get slow. Hopefully I have more time to jump on here more often, show love to YouTube. Thank you for watching me as always. Peace.